Many people around the St. Cloud area may have heard the term CBD, but what exactly does that stand for? And what does this mean for St. Cloud residents? But what would happen to these products if marijuana does become legal nationwide? As you walk through St. Cloud State campus, it may seem a little less crowded. It may be a little bit more quiet. And there may be less commotion. We will just have to wait and see for what is in store for St. Cloud State's enrollment future. This has been Callie Jones reporting for UTVS News. Corner, benches like these could be completely underwater. This past weekend, with the 13 inches of snow that we have and with spring right around the corner, things may be a little wet here in St. Cloud. This has been Callie Jones reporting for UTVS News. Secondly, when you approach the car, stand about 2 feet back and ask the driver questions. Ask them, who are they picking up and what address did I put in to make sure that it's you that they are picking up. And lastly, it is very important before you enter the vehicle that you open the door and make sure that the child lock is set to off before entering so you can escape if need be. The White House has recently released proposals to set a limit on how many loans students can take out to help pay for their schooling. These proposals are meant to decrease the student loan debt and to encourage universities to lower their tuition rates. The student loan debt has reached $1.5 trillion as of last year, and that number keeps on rising. The administration did not say what the limit would be, but the programs allow students to borrow up to the cost of attendance. If this plan is put into action, would St. Cloud State students be affected?
I think it depends. I guess it depends on, obviously if you're taking out 200 grand worth of student loans for certain degrees, maybe it should be limited, but
would setting limits on student loans create more challenges for students in getting their degree?
So the most important thing when a student is taking out loans and investing in their future is to make sure you're on track, make sure you're taking the steps necessary to be successful and earn that degree. Because by and large, our graduates who actually earn a degree are successful in repaying their student loans, and all statistics show that investment in their career is well worth it, and their lifetime earnings are many times over what they would be without that degree.
The Trump administration's proposal suggests 2 repayment plans, one standard 10-year fixed plan and one income-driven repayment plan. Students at St. Cloud will just have to wait and see what Congress decides. For UTVS News, this is Callie Jones. Uber, a new fun and creative way for people to get to their destinations safely. Or is it? Recently, there have been some cases where people have mistakenly gotten into the wrong car, thinking it was their Uber ride. To help stop these situations, there are 3 major steps to take before getting into an unknown vehicle. First, check out the license plate to make sure it matches what you have on the app. On the app, it should say the name of the driver, their license plate, and their make and model of the car. Secondly, when you approach the car, stand about 2 feet back and ask the driver questions. Ask them, who are they picking up and what address did I put in to make sure that it's you that they are picking up. And lastly, it is very important before you enter the vehicle that you open the door and make sure that the child lock is set to off before entering so you can escape if need be. The child locks are located inside the door in the back, and make sure it is switched down for the lock to be off.
I think one of the biggest things that they need to do is pretty much what the website says. It gives them all the tools that they need to be safe. I mean, you get the make and model of the car. The driver should be able to confirm your name, and you should be able to check out their license plate. I think that's one of the biggest things, if you're not sure.
Ralph also points out that if you order an Uber for a friend, to text the driver with their friend's name to avoid confusion. This has been Callie Jones reporting for UTVS News. St. Cloud has a very busy Monday morning preparing for the 2nd annual recovery breakfast at St. Cloud State. Here they will be celebrating hope and recovery with students, faculty, and community members.
Because St. Cloud has this very unique program that isn't being utilized on many campuses that provides tools for kids who want to go to college or are in college to have the resources that they need to stay in recovery. It's modeled under the Augsburg Step Up program, I believe, and it's the first public university in the state of Minnesota to have a program that supports kids in recovery. So
This particular breakfast is focusing on the opioid crisis all over the nation, where 115 people die every day because of opioid use, which is the current leading cause of death.
So it helps the community understand, that addiction is a disease, and that that recovery is possible. So we're really celebrating hope, creating community, and sustaining lives. So that's kind of our mission with the event. And like I said, it's our responsibility as citizens to spread that message. Too many times in the media we hear the destruction of addiction. We don't hear the celebration of recovery, the miracle of recovery. So it's important for our voices to be heard as well.
Change the Outcome has come all the way from the Twin Cities to show support and share individual stories. For UTVS News, this is Callie Jones.
Thanks, Thaddeus.